After 10 weeks basic training, it's time for Royal Navy sailors to specialise in the role they've chosen. These young men and women have opted to become Seaman Specialists, training at the Royal Navy School of Seamanship at HMS Raleigh in Cornwall. Our cameras have been invited in to show you the array of knowledge and practical skills they'll learn here.
Bring 2 5 turns on the winch.
The room we've got here is our winch room, where it's a controlled and safe environment for them to learn what they will be doing when they go on board ships.
Come along on the winch, clear one.
Imagine doing this in rough seas miles from land. It could be really dangerous, and that's why being absolutely certain of what you're doing is vital.
Taking turns, the winch operator, the actual taking turns around the winch, transferring the weight. There's a lot of different parts to it, which is the collaborative teamwork that we're looking for.
A bit daunting at first, but pretty easy to get to grips with.
2 5 turns on the bollards.
You do all the theory around it first, so when you come in here, the theory just kind of falls into place.
The role of Seaman Specialist is extremely varied, from mooring and guarding the ship in port, to driving a rib, operating machine guns, to communicating. And that's what this space, the Fleet Work Trainer, teaches.
It's essentially where we train our seamanship specialists how to coordinate fleets. So although it wouldn't be their decision about what the fleet would do, they'd be the ones certainly rule keeping and also issuing out the orders to everybody else.
Tim is issuing orders to individual ships, represented by the cubicles here.
Turn, starboard, 270.
The trainees have to interpret the orders and issue them to their ship's command and work out how each manoeuvre would be executed.
From the guide at 500 yards.
Sounds complicated, but the real-time graphics make it come to life.
The wonderful thing about this simulator is the fact that we can show from quite a distance in a simulated environment the actions that they have brought about.
And when you really take it on board, because you really are focusing, because you can't really interact with any of the others because it's all walled up.
But how easy do they think what's learnt and practiced here will translate to a real situation on a ship?
I feel quite confident, actually. You get a lot of training, so it builds you up to be that confident, to be able to take it on ship and be able to do it yourself for real in a real life situation, which could potentially be dangerous.
This is the sail loft. Sail? Surely not in this day and age. Actually, the skills associated with sail making are just as vital in today's Royal Navy as in Nelson's time.
Ships still need a tile. Ships, although all the technology has moved forward and become more technological, we still have to cover things on the upper deck. And we still have to have that ability to manufacture, to repair, to replace those covers on the upper deck. In disaster relief situations, we've got to help people out. We've also got that skill to be able to go ashore and do a multitude of things.
A.B. Calvert Samuel is having his first go on a sewing machine, making a cover.
It's exciting, honestly, but it's hard to keep it straight, where I've messed up a bit there, but, trying to realign it again, just mess up again. But it's exciting, to make my first Perry boy. Going good, we're going to go better.
In the neighbouring room, it's all about ropes. How to mend them, tie them, put them to use in all manner of situations. Petty Officer Cameron Evans is introducing them to the art of splicing. Flags like these were used to send messages from one ship to another. Great to see a quaint old tradition continued even in this day of superfast communications. But I'm wrong again. Flags are still needed.
So we still use it to communicate tactically between ships. If the tactical picture means that we can't use any radio communications at all, we can still communicate between the ship, passing courses, speeds, all that sort of stuff, using the flags.
The threat to electronic communications being intercepted means knowing Morse, using it on a lamp like this to send messages to and from ships is absolutely as important as it ever has been. And there are some cool training resources here at HMS Raleigh. Take this table, the fleet laid out in front of the ABs. Each one has a button here that controls the Morse signal from each ship. So here, RFA Wave Ruler is sending a message to the Type 45 destroyer operated by another AB student here, HMS Daring. It's a really cool way of honing your Morse skills. This is an amazing training aid, the Replenishment at Sea Trainer, using life-size representations of part of a Type 23 frigate or Type 45 destroyer. This trains the Seaman Specialists how to get fuel and so forth onto their ship safely from a Royal Fleet Auxiliary tanker, also here in true-to-life form. These old pictures show what doing a RAS is like for real. Relatively benign conditions here, but it's still fraught with potential dangers. Fuel, of course, is involved, 2 giant ships in really close proximity, and massive pipes that could, if mishandled, cause significant injury. That's why having this training rig is essential.
It's just so it's exactly where it's going to be when they go to sea, and they can see exactly where to stand, what bit of kit they're going to use, and everything is lifelike. Like so, what you want is your hands curling around it.
Final stop, the bosun's call. It used to be used for sending messages from ship to ship, but now it is purely ceremonial. And ceremony does play a huge role in the DNA of the senior service. Traditions like colours here on HMS St Albans maintained, linking the current sailors and officers to their past. We're on the Type 23 frigate to meet AB Bethany Lear, who's gone through the Seaman Specialist training at HMS Raleigh and believes it has set her up well.
You get to phase 2 and that's when you'll learn your specialty, and that's when you really start to enjoy it. And you get to work with the people that you're going to be working with in the future as well. So you get put on ship with them, you communicate with them on the other ships, and it's really good. It's got everything you need to learn.
Our whistle-stop look at the Royal Navy School of Seamanship has shown the state-of-the-art and the traditional being taught together, and both are vital to the success of the modern Royal Navy. Tim Cooper, Forces News, HMS Raleigh. Thanks for watching. For more from Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.